Hi again, everybody. I have a story here from Anonymous. Hi, Ollie. I am concerned that my husband's narcissist family, whom we have not been in contact with since 2012, are using his sister's son, born in 2008, to get information about us. But then I think he is only a child living in hell with a narcissist mother and grandmother, and I would like to support him, but it may be a trap. What do you think? Here is the backstory. In July 2007, I met my husband, who had come to Ireland to work along with his family, mother, father, and two sisters. Parents don't speak English. I was no contact with my narcissist family for 2 years when we met, but I did not know about narcissism until I found your channel a few years ago. I knew straight away when I met my husband's family in August 2007 there was unhealthy shit going on. His drunky the fuck clown mother was was forcing her adult son to kiss her on the lips and encouraging her two adult daughters aged 21 and 22 and my boyfriend 23 at the time to kiss on the lips. After that meeting, when I seen all this kissing going on, I told my then boyfriend that kissing family members like that was wrong, and he told me that he found it sick as well. But every time he tried to stop it, their behavior got worse, and then he just gave in and went along with it. Ugh. My husband said I was the first person he met in his life that had pointed out the behavior as wrong, and he was finally relieved. You know, it wasn't just a quick peck on the lips. It looked like the sisters and mother were really enjoying it. So I told him I would support him with this, and the next day we were invited over to the sisters for a family meal. And this was the time my boyfriend was going to use to tell him that there would be no more kissing on the lips. At this time, I was not aware of narcissism and thought I could use reason and communicate that the kissing business was causing harm and making people feel uncomfortable. Which is the desired effect, which is why they're doing it. It's a control. I assume that if someone told me something I was doing was harmful, I would apologize straight away and no longer continue it. But little did we know we were walking into a narcissism trap and how I was the bad guy. How dare I suggest that a mother who carried her child for 9 months could no longer kiss him on the lips? It was their culture for families to kiss like this. And as Drunky the Fuck Clown said, that she jumped up and wrapped her legs around my boyfriend's waist and threw her arms around his neck and kissed him on the lips, not a peck. Ugh. Oh my God. My boyfriend, who stood there with his arms in the air, showing that he was not supporting this embrace, and then he tried to pull her off of him, but she was clinging on, crying, my son, sobbing. My boyfriend said to me in English to help him get her off of him. So there I was on my second meeting with Drunky the Fuck Clown, pulling her off of him by her hair and the screams of help of Drunky, even though it was her sexually harassing her son. In response to her loud screams for help, the sisters and fathers inside the flat, they rushed it out to the hallway and started attacking me. Leave my mother alone. In the scuffle, I went down the stairs. The father was pushing me out the front door, and my car was parked outside on the street. As I was searching my pockets for my keys, the father came behind me, got me in a headlock, and kissed me on the lips. So I jumped into the car and waited for my boyfriend to come out of the flat. After 10 minutes, no sign of him. That's sexual assault. And they sure as shit weren't letting him out of the house once they got you out. You know, they always want to isolate so they could try to brainwash again. So I go back up to the door of the flat and knock, and the screams coming from behind the door in Polish. Anita opened the door and said that the relationship was over and he didn't want to see me anymore. I asked her if she could get my boyfriend to tell me that himself so they could come out. So they told me he could come outside for 2 minutes to tell me. As soon as he got outside the door, we ran straight to the car and drove away together. He came to live with me from then. Okay, so he had gone from being controlled every minute, every day by them to now only contact by phone. But I did tell him I didn't want to see them for a few months. Now that I know about narcissism, I would have I would have said I never want to see them again. But in 2007, I had thoughts that in time they will come around to the idea that we were together. Yeah, right. Good luck on that. During the next weeks, we had a phone call from Drunky the fuck mother while he was in work saying that Anita was pregnant and the older Irish man she was seeing would not leave his wife and son for her, and that Anita was threatening to have an abortion unless brother agreed to financially support her. So she guilted him into agreeing to give Anita weekly assistance. What? Are you insane? Oh my God. Now, Anita was only 8 weeks pregnant at this time, so when my boyfriend came home and told me what he had agreed to, I was angry and told him that they were playing him for money. There is, for one, there is no abortion in Ireland, and if you are caught traveling for an abortion, you can get up to 30 years in prison. I also explained about the social welfare, and as Anita is working, she will be entitled to an apartment and weekly assistance from the government. So after I explained this to him, he was not responsible for the baby. It was Anita and her married partners. He should stay out of their relationship and not get involved. He texted Anita to tell her he would not be getting involved in this situation emotionally or financially. So in about early 2007, the mother decided that she would return the family home to Poland. They invited us to dinner in the same flat that the kissing incident took place, and I said no way. But since I had a car and the mother was leaving Ireland, I agreed to meet them in the airport, and I agreed that I would drive my boyfriend to the meeting to say goodbye in the airport. I thought, what could go wrong? We were in public and there were police around. So we sat there at the table, Anita and her married lover, Evelina, and her Kerry man, me, and my boyfriend, and the parents. Only the mother was going home, but as she did not travel alone, someone had to go with her that was pregnant Anita, who was going home for a holiday. Of course, it was my boyfriend who bought the teas and coffees and cakes for everyone. So as the 8 of us sat there at the table, there was silence. I said I didn't realize it was going to be a family gathering. I said I just thought that my boyfriend could say a quick goodbye at the airport before mother got on the flight. After all they did, they not have a big family meal and bottles of vodka? Did they not have a big family meal and bottles of vodka yesterday? So what was the need for 8 people to be there to say goodbye? So of course the evil looks from them, and Evelina pipes up, "We are here to support our mother meeting you today. How could I keep a mother and son separated for so many months now and not allow them to kiss on the lips?" Oh my God. They kept sending my boyfriend up to get things from the counter, sugar, lids, spoons, tissues, instead of getting them themselves. I realized every time they did that, someone would say something mean to me. "We don't want you in your family," or you are evil. Evelina said so. Evelina said so. I told her I would remember that. Why are you holding our brother away from us? Oh, and on with the comments and the jibes. The hour dragged on, and the mother's gate opened. As we walked to the gate with them, just before she went through, she grabbed my boyfriend and kissed him on the lips, and then said to me with a big smirk on her face, "He is my son, and I will kiss him on the lips. You are nothing in this family." My boyfriend asked me for a wet wipe I had in my bag, and he made a big deal in cleaning his face and mouth after she grabbed him. This angered Evelina and the father. She is your mother. You were in her womb. She breastfed you. How could you act like that, wiping your face like that? They said in disgust. So we parted. We were a little bit shocked and we left the airport. But before we got to the car park, assuming that the rest of the family had headed to the bus stop, we decided to have a meal in the airport. After the meal was finished, my boyfriend was at the toilet and I was sitting there in a full restaurant waiting for him, and out of nowhere I was grabbed from behind in a headlock as I struggled, knocking over glasses on the table. The father kissed me on the lips and ran away. I watched where he went, and he went into an airport bar. There he had been watching us the whole time and waited until my boyfriend went to the toilet and I was on my own to attack me like that. You should have called the cops. Where were the witnesses? Okay, so I skipped to the millions of narc shit that went down in the coming years to get you where we are now. December 2008, me and my boyfriend eloped and got married and made sure the narcissist family did not know what country we were marrying in. Loads more narcissistic shit later in 2012. The mother is going around telling people for years that me and the husband were not really married and it was only a Facebook status and not a real legal wedding. Until finally, at a family meal in December 2012, another family member, the grandfather, could not take it anymore and shouted at her, "They are married. I was there to witness." To which the father put his face in his hands and cried. When I heard the narcissist father sobbed crying on, finding out in 2012 that his son was really married in 2008, as the son said. Most normal fathers are happy that their son found someone, but he sobbed crying. I always think that that is a strange one, Ollie. Could you shine any light on that? So when the grandfather contacted us to say he was sorry, he said he had let it slip about, or you guys got to stop with the text to talk, and you guys got to proofread. I mean, this is getting ridiculous. So when the grandfather contacted us to say he was sorry, he had let it slip out about our wedding that he was there along with his wife, who is also a narcissist, as a witness, and he couldn't listen to Drunky go the fuck on saying that we were not married when he knew the truth. So now it was all out in the open and on both our Facebook pages, aunts, uncles, and cousins, and Facebook friends. So on to our 4th anniversary, I put a very short clip of the wedding up on Facebook the video of my husband and I signing the registry and the grandparents as the witnesses. I said I would just like to wish my husband a happy 4th anniversary. Well, the video gets loads of views from Poland, and the feedback from Drunky that it still was not a real wedding, as it was not a church wedding. So we're not really married in the eyes of God. Roll on to December 2014, the exact date of our wedding in the exact same register office, which is not in the city that the family live. It's 100 kilometers away, dressed in the exact same colors. We were even down to the flowers. Anita married her Polish husband. He was 2 years younger than her. And that was one of the reasons the parents gave for not accepting me, was I am a couple years older than my husband, and that it was sick for a woman to be older than the man. The family stood proudly in support of Anita and her younger husband. This is the question for you, Ollie. Why would they copy my wedding to a T? They put in more effort than we did. We did not buy any special clothes, dress. I just took a dress out of my suitcase that was green, and my husband had a green tie and shirt already. We didn't even buy new clothes. We just used what we had. I also had a blue dress in my suitcase, but that morning I decided to go with the green one because I didn't have an iron and it was less creasy. On the way to the register office, 30 minutes before our slot, we passed by a flower market in the old town. My husband just happened to mention, did I want some flowers? And I thought the white roses looked nice. So I said, just get me 4 white roses. If the flower seller would have been selling any other nice flower like a sunflower, I would have bought them. It was all down the chance, nothing planned. But they copied everything from the date, clothes, flowers, even went to the same place to eat, but they hired out the whole place and had a party. Of course, Facebook flowed with pictures of the event. So, Ollie, just wondering if you had come across that, because it did sadden me. We didn't have much, and we did have a big wedding, and we used to go and stand on the steps of a building and say, do you remember the day we eloped to Poland to get married? It was the best thing we ever did. And no one from our families except the granddad who we trusted knew at the time. It was like an escape. We got away with it. But now it's like that date and location is ruined because of now. Anita, of course, had to take even that memory away from us. I would not go to the steps of beautiful, colorful snow-covered buildings with snow falling and magical lights display and beautiful Christmas trees on our anniversary again, as it is their anniversary also, and they might be there. We don't have a connection with many people here or places here. So this building was important to us, but now it has a connection to them, the Narcissist family. It kind of ruined it for us. Now in 2016, we are living in that city, and guess who just moved to this city also? Yes, Anita and son, new daughter and husband. And now the son is reaching out to my husband looking for contact, but I suppose it's just a narcissistic trap. Is it, Ollie? Should we block him from Facebook, Instagram the same way we block the other sisters? P.S. is only the tip of the iceberg with what they have put us through since 2008. Well, here's my question to you. After he put you in a headlock the first time and kissed you on the lips, why would you have anything to do with them ever? To say goodbye for any reason? They already told you who you are. And then the second time after the airport incident, I'm expecting you to call the police, never see them again, and then you're still seeing them? If they are going to sneak up from behind you, put you in a headlock, and kiss you on the lips in public, why do you think they're not going to take whatever you have and make it their own? Your mother doesn't care that your sister married a younger guy because your mother wasn't banging her sister or didn't want to have sex with her sister. She wanted to have sex with your husband if she wasn't already. There's more to this family. This is a sick sexual obsession they have. I don't understand why after the first time you didn't call the cops. After the second time when you had witnesses, you didn't call the cops. She's a sick sexual sadist. The whole family. You're questioning why to block them, if whether or not to block them on Facebook. I'm questioning why you didn't call the police. No contact is the least of your things you should do. Like, sometimes the question is right, I mean, the answer is right in front of you. Who in their right mind would let their husband be around people that sexually assaulted them in public twice? Sexually assaults her own son. Like, the question for me is easy here. Cut them all out. They're going to continue to use your places, use your events, minimize you. That's what they're going to do. So I don't know why any of this would be a surprise to you. Sometimes the question of no contact is easy. That's this time. You just can't see it. Thank you for your story. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or advice in the comment section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, a narcissist you'd like to expose, you know what to do with the PayPal and the email link in the description box. And remember, when you send me your story, please put at the top of the email whether it's with or without contribution and what name you'd like to go by. This is Ollie Matthews. Thanks for watching. See you all again soon.